ingredients for a really great breakfast bowls already cooked in the refrigerator. So that's what I'm going to make this morning. Okay, to make gravy, the first thing you need to do is make a roux. R-O-U-X, that's a French word. And it's where I'm going to make 2 cups of gravy, and I wanted a 1/4 cup of regular all-purpose flour and a 1/4 cup of fat of some kind, and I used about half and half lard and vegetable oil in here. And going to let that cook down a little bit just to cook the flavor, or that fresh flour flavor, out of the flour. And at this point I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of black powder, of black pepper, black powder. I doubt if it tastes too good with black powder in it, but black pepper flavors the gravy very well, and that hot oil makes the pepper release its flavor. So I'm going to let this cook a minute here. Okay, you want to cook this until it's just a bare tan color here. You don't want to overcook it and make brown gravy out of it. And this is 2 cups with less about a tablespoon of milk. And the reason it's less a tablespoon is because I can always add a little to thin it, but I can never get to thicken it. Or it can be done, but it's very difficult. So now this is going to require sit here and stir until it cooks. And I'll spare you watching me stir gravy. Okay, it's starting to bubble and get thicker. See how it's thickening up there? Just about done. Need to salt it at this time. And stir that in. That looks just about right, so what I'm going to do is just take it off the burner and put a lid on it now. If it thickens up a little bit more, I can always thin it up when I get ready to use it. Take that off the burner so it doesn't cook more. And now I'll work on the rest of it. And here I have some cooked link sausage and 4 hard-boiled eggs that were left over from the breakfast the other morning. They had a bunch of them left, and they were asking if people would take them. And so I took 4. I had plans already made. And I have the French bread cubed up here that I'm going to toast. Put that in the toaster now. And first thing I want to do is cut 2 slices about a 1/4 inch thick out of the middle of 2 of these eggs. There's 1. Well, that one tore up. I'm going to change eggs there. Yeah, now this one's working. And there's my other slice. I'll explain that in a few minutes here. And then I'm just going to rough chop the rest of them. Nothing precise or anything like that. And one more egg here. Good way to use those up. By the way, eggs are so cheap now that you can't even buy water for what you can eggs. I bought 18 count packages of them for 53 cents. And that's all because of the avian flu we had about 3 or 4 years ago that killed off all the laying chickens, and they had to replace all of them, and the young chickens are just now coming into age to be really productive. And there's a surplus of eggs, and of course when there's a surplus of anything, the price goes down. So I got that job done. Okay, the bread is toasted, ready to come out. I'll put it up on top, and I'll start putting these puppies together. The first thing we're going to do is put the bread in the bottom of the bowl. Now, I realized I wasn't going to need all this much bread, but what's one slice of bread? Well, I used nearly all of it, and next goes the sausage, half of it in one and half in the other. In case you're wondering about why I have two different bowls here, my wife likes a bowl with a handle. She can handle it better than she can the round one here. And there's the clock telling me that it's half after something. Now half the eggs go in here, and half in there. You know, when I was in high school, I had taken all the subjects that were available, but I had to take at least 2 subjects in my senior year, and the only thing that was left for me to take was the girl classes. So I took home ec and sewing and typing, and I'm glad I did. Now I'm going to pop these in the microwave for just a second to take the chill off of them before I put the gravy over them. Okay, they're slightly warm. Salt the eggs and pepper them. And now for the gravy. Well, I was right. The gravy was a little bit thick and I had to add a little milk to it. But at this point I'll start putting the gravy over that. You know, Jimmy Dean, I doubt that they use a spoon of gravy on their breakfast bowls, and it's the cheapest thing on there, and why they don't put a decent amount on there, I'll never know. mainly because I won't be buying any of them. I make my own. Well, I look at it, 4 spoons of gravy is a serving for one person. There we go. And you know, remember the slice of egg? Right there. And right there. And this is a seasoning that I make myself. It's a very simple seasoning. It's equal amounts of salt, pepper, black pepper, cumin, and paprika. And not only is it a great flavor, it looks good on there. So now it's time to take these to the table for breakfast. Well, there's some flowers that my wife got for our 62nd wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, dear. And there it is at the table.